Part 7 of how place names in England got their names. We're in the northwest of England. Again here, there's a lot of Celtic and pre-English roots. The northwest of England was one of the last places to be fully anglicised. So many of the place names preserve Celtic or Brittonic or even pre-Celtic origins. Common Celtic elements include pen, which means hill, so that's Penrith and Pendle, lan, which means church or enclosure, for example Lancaster, and river names like Mersey, Ribble and Irwell predate English and often have ancient meanings that are tied to landscape features. There's a lot of names that date back to Anglo-Saxon settlement, so Anglos settled parts of Chester, Lancashire and Cumbria from the 7th century onwards, and this is again where we see the tons, which means farm/settlement, ham, which means a homestead like Overham, worth, so enclosure, in Hazelworth, or Lea, which means a clearing in the woodland, for example the place Lee. There's a lot of Norse and Viking influence. Viking settlers from Ireland, otherwise known as Hiberno-Norse, from the 9th to the 10th centuries. So we've got Bee, which means village/farmstead, so that's Derby and Kirby. Gill, which means a ravine, so Langhill. Home, which means River Island, so Stockholm and Holmrook. And in Cumbria and in the Lake Districts, there are lots of Norse terminologies, which reflects the long-term Scandinavian farming and maritime or fishing communities. But it's also worth noting this area's borders, so there's the Roman frontier up in Hadrian's Wall in Cumbria, and Roman forts that influenced later names, so Lancaster evolved from Loncastra, which means Roman fort on the River Lune. There's also the Hiberno-Norse migration, so refugees and raiders from Dublin and the Isle of Man that left a long-lasting Norse legacy, especially along the Cumbrian and the Lancaster coasts. And then there's also borderland dynamics with its proximity to Scotland, and an industrial powerhouse, so Manchester, Liverpool and the mill towns in Lancashire transformed from medieval villages into global trade and manufacturing hubs.